Hey everyone, today I'm going to take a look at chests in Game Creator 2 inventory, and we'll see how we can populate a chest into the scene so that you could loot the chest and have random loot come out of it. So let's get to it. So in the examples, and it's always good to start with these examples, there is a loot chest and a loot chest random loot one and a loot corpse one. So they actually show you how to do this. So you can look at those. And then also, if you go to the prefabs, inventory examples, prefabs chests, there's a chest loot random and a chest storage list. So you could actually have a storage chest that the player can uh, store items in, or there's a chest loot random that you can loot, and there is a chest loot items that just has static items and it's not going to loot random items. So loot list bag skin. So this one uses the loot list bag skin, which is this one. If we take a look at that, it's just a simple screen that comes up and you have a take all button and it lists out all the loot. The other one, the storage chest, has a different UI. It's called storage list, and that one's the default storage list. That one has two sides to it because one side's the storage chest, the other side's the player, so you can store and take stuff from the chest. So this is meant for storage, like player storage. And then we have the loot random, which uses that same other one, the loot list. And this one has a random item. So it uses a loot table. So in the loot random, you have this trigger that has on start, and it picks 3 items from this loot table and puts them into this chest's bag. So this chest has a bag on it. And it has a hotspot, and it has a bunch of actions that happen when you interact with it. And then, so that covers all the animations that happen, sound effects, the rotation of the cover to open it and close it, and it opens the bag basically. And then, but on start, it picks from this loot table to determine what 3 items are going to be in there. So that's the loot table item. There's an example one here. So in the loot table, you just basically list out what you want in the chest. So for each one, and you give it a rate. And this thing automatically calculates the percentages that it's going to be depending on the rate. So you can change the rate, and it will um, adjust accordingly so that everything still adds up to 100%. And the reason why these items only add up to 90% is because there's a no drop rate of 2 that's set. But if you set that to 0, this will now add up to 100%. And it'll show you here that there's no empty space. But once you set the drop rate to 2, no drop rate, there's a little empty space here. So 10% of the time, you'll get nothing. And then 25% you'll get currency, health potion, mana potion, etc. And these are color coded so that the bars represent each of these items. So let's take a look at this in action. There we go. This is, let's take a look. This is the static one. So that one does not randomly pick anything. It doesn't have anything in it. Take all button will close it down. With the regular chest that does not do any random looting, if you want a static chest, this prefab, the chest loot items, is what you need for that, and it doesn't have that trigger in it that the other one has. So what you want to do here is just add stock and add wealth to it. So just have it to be constant and guaranteed, so the player is guaranteed to get it. So let's say you want it to be guaranteed that the player gets the armor out of this chest, right? So you can just put the armor in there, and we can put wealth in there. So we can say, okay, we're going to give him some currency as well. I'm going to put in 100, which is a 1 gold piece, and that's really all you have to do, and everything else is set up. So let's just take a look at that one. So we go to the chest. Not sure which one it is. Is it this one? That's the static chest. And you have your metal armor and 1 gold piece. So you can click on this to loot. You're supposed to be able to. It says click. I think it isn't set up in the UI. There's a click. So this is a button. And this one clicks and you can pick it up. So take all, we can take it all as well. Let's just look at that prefab that it uses. Loot list bag skin. UI default loot list. If we look here at what it's doing here, button take all, that's one button. And that does, it moves from the open bag to the player. That's everything. And the wealth as well. And it closes it. And then we want to look at, let's see, the button close. That just closes it, sets the UI loot list to false. And that's in the header. We have the wealth. So wealth is this, and that's where the money goes in there. So let's see here. It's got a bag wealth UI currency from bag UI, and it is a button, but right now it just says log click. So if we wanted to enable that, we can add this instruction: move wealth to bag. So we can do this, move, and get rid of this click. This might have just been an oversight by Marty when he set up the example. But move wealth from the bag, which would be, so what we can do here is move the wealth from which bag we want, is that we can actually say from bag UI, and that is here. It's wherever this bag wealth UI is set up, so it's right in here, and it's also got the from bag UI as well. But we can say just move it from the bag UI to the player, and now I should be able to click on just the currency that's in the chest and get it into the player's bag, in case the player, all he wants to do is click on this. And now I've got 1 gold piece and a metal armor. And if I go in here, we have 11 now because we had 10 before. And the armor is here as well, right here. So there we got the armor. And let's take a look at the storage. and you'll see that this looks weird. This is a bug, currently a bug. Marty is working on a fix to it. This was supposed to be fixed with the latest version, but if we put these things over to the left-hand side, we can store all this stuff over there, and it's in the chest now. So it's not in my inventory anymore. It's in this chest. So we've got all this items. You can get them back. Again, this has a weird issue. There's a issue with the UI that Marty is supposed to fix. And then there's a store all button too. So if you had a bunch of stuff on the right hand side, you can store all as well. And my currency is in it. The only way to get your currency out, you can click it as well. See if you want to. You can't click this though. I'm not sure if that's a bug or not, but store all puts it on that side. You can click that to get it back, but you cannot click it. It might be a problem with the UI to store. So, and that's it. So I don't have anything else left in the inventory. So these are fairly easy to set up. Just I would start with the prefabs. You could change out the model. It's separate from the other stuff. It's got a marker in it as well, so that it moves the player to the marker. And a camera shot is in there as well in these ones, but it's used by these list of instructions that it uses. Also, there's a state here called chest, a state which allows it basically puts the player in a kneeling state where he's like digging through the chest. So that'll play as you're in the chest. So best bet is to maybe start with this. You can swap out you do want another chest that has a rotatable cover on it though, if you want to do that, so that it does the same thing. And otherwise, it's fairly easy to use these. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I'll try and answer them if I can. And thanks for watching. Thanks to all my patrons and subscribers to the channel. Your support is much appreciated. And so we will see you in the next one.